What's going on, everybody? Oh, Juju, you know me so well, honey. How y'all doing? I'm gonna try my best not to come in hot and heavy. I did a live earlier, man, and I was annoyed. And I try not to let people get me to that point, but I don't like underhanded nonsense and buffoonery. I just don't. Hopefully, you guys have had a great day. Unlike mine, I guess. Hopefully, you guys have had a good day today. Happy Wednesday to all of you all. Hump day, hump day, hump day, hump day, hump day, hump day. Oh man, y'all come on in here, hit that like button. We got some things to go over. I don't intend on this being a long live stream. During the week, it's hard for me to hit those 4 5 hour lives like that. It's, I have to get some sleep, y'all. Plus, I have to, a regular job. You got these weirdos out here striking videos and channels and stuff, acting like people don't actually work hard to get content up. Some of us have second jobs, primary jobs, and this is like our sideline or second job. The last thing we need is to have to sit here, put time into fighting counter strikes and all this stuff. When we put in time and effort and energy and research. I mean, I do whole analysis if I need to go over court documents. I have to do research for my content when I talk about this stuff. Last thing I want to do is have to sit down and file a counter because someone struck my video because they didn't like my commentary, not because I violated a privacy law or copyright law. No. Just because they don't like my commentary. Treat me like they have nothing else to do in their life. Can't make this stuff up. Y'all good? Hit the 4. The 4 of y'all good? We're going to go get on into this. I'm so glad you guys were able to join me. Everybody speak to everybody. Juju up in here. You already know. Thank you all so much for having my back and supporting me. For all those who do support me. Make sure you hit the like button if you're subscribed. Thank you for being a Luxter. Thank you for being members. Thank you for all the financial support you guys provide through your supers, cash apps, through the Zales. Those are options to donate to the channel as well. I appreciate it. But most of all, hit the like button and hype these videos so we can get up the views. Okay. Let's get the subscribers up. Let's get more Luxters in the LLC. Get this family a growing. Don't forget the second channel, Lady Luck Club Sweet Tea. I appreciate all of you all out there for having my back. I really do. Shout out to my mods. Wow, Miguel, how you doing? How you doing, Wow, Miguel? How's it going? Hope all is well with you. You all right, honey? I haven't seen you in a minute. Shout out to you. Juju up in here. Juju know me well. Y'all play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Caleb, how you doing, honey? Mama Sage, what's going on? S-File, shout out to my boss, you all. I appreciate you guys. Say it up in here. Thank you so much. Oh, C-Star, how you doing? Y'all, part 2. We got some documents to go over right quick. Candace, you pissed off the right woman on the wrong day. Oh, Laura Loomer was so mad. Oh, she was so mad. She just went in. We're going to finish up some of her video. We might not get all of it in because it's over 3 hours, y'all. I remember where we left off at. Hold on. Hold on. I got to pause this. Because her reception went out for a minute. And then she came back. Do y'all know like the timestamp? When that happened? She went out. And then she came back. Okay. And she went on Kenneth. I think we saw the Kenneth Copeland bit. Let's see. And then she brought up something else. And then I said, okay, we'll pause there. So that's what we're going to pick up. So I got the timestamp. It's at the 2 hour, 20 minute mark on her X live stream video on her X Twitter account. Laura Loomer went all the way in. Candace. She put up property taxes and everything. I mean, you can't make this up. Gary, you pissed off the wrong one. Why are you going to make that woman mad? So I did a little bit of research myself, because that's what we do. Candace. So you all know Candace Owens LLC is one of her many LLCs that she has registered. Uh, why does it have a property with it, Candace? Why does it have a property with it? Is this even a real address? Like, I mean, it's an apartment, a townhome. What we looking at here? SAH 159. This is in Nashville, Tennessee. Because I wanted people to see that Laura Loomer was not lying when she brought up the property information. That is public information. And it's something that you can easily look up based on the address or the parcel number or the owner's names. So we're on the Nashville-tn.mygovonline.com website where you could go here and look up property tax information. Property tax information is public information. Candace is paying property taxes for a whole nother address that's affiliated with her, Candace Owens LLC. You can't make this up. Y'all see that here? Owner? Candace Owens LLC. This is Candace. You got Laura Loomer, got people researching your damn your property tax stuff. Cause see, here's the thing. All of this is going to be brought up in the lawsuit with the Macrones. Candace, you got court April 28th, 10 a.m. Don't act like you don't know your court date, because I've said it enough. So this being registered to her, Candace Owens LLC, and Candace Owens LLC is named as a co-defendant entity in the Macron lawsuit. So the lawsuit is against Candace Owens in her individual capacity, Candace Owens LLC, the LLC entity, as well as Georgetown Inc., another registered, trademark registered LLC. I think it's an incorporated entity that is also named as a co-defendant in the lawsuit. So anything regarding revenue, expenses, assets, that includes appraisals. You clearly see the valuation of this property. All of that is going to come up as financial discovery in the lawsuit. And this is registered to her, Candace Owens LLC. So Candace, you got properties all over the place. Are you trying to just spend out money on something? What are you trying to do? What is this? I'm trying to see what's the end goal there. And you all can see here, she's had this since 2023. So tax year 23, 24, 25. All 3 years they've been paid, registered under this Candace Owens LLC. This is a whole new, I don't even know if anyone lives here or not. Don't nobody go find out. It's just the address here. It's public information, but I'm not going to read it. I'll do that. I won't read it. But y'all can see this here. You see the bill number, all this stuff. Candace, I'm going to click on the receipt. Did you pay this? Y'all, she paid it. It was $869. Not a whole lot. But she paid it. But y'all see, it's the property value for me. The appraised property value. $124,743. Candace, what in the world? You do realize having these properties doesn't help you. It just means that you have, liquidity. You would have to sell this to get this money out. This is the appraisal year 2025. Y'all see here, Candace Owens LLC. We was looking at 2023. There's 3 years here. So 23, 24, 25. So now we're looking at the most recent for 2025. That's the parcel number. And then you have, of course, the address, the owner here, and then the mailing address is this P.O. box number that's registered to her LLC, even though she originally had it registered in Delaware. And then you all remember when last year I reported on her trying to attempt to get it registered down to Tennessee. because that's when she kept claiming that, oh, well, I defamed them in Tennessee, so they have to sue me in Tennessee. Well, she was trying to move her LLCs to the state of Tennessee, not realizing that it's not going to have any effect on the lawsuit being filed back last year, July. At the time the lawsuit complaint was filed, the LLCs were registered in Delaware. Just because you chose to go register it to a different state, it was after the fact. So that's null and void, a moot point. You can't go and say, oh, I was working in this state making X amount of dollars. So you get sued because that's where your revenue is flowing. Then all of a sudden you're like, nope, I'm making the money here in Tennessee now. They're going to be like, well, at the time the complaint was filed, you were making it up there. So that's why that court would have standing with that complaint. So she tried to move the LLC registration to Tennessee in hopes that it would help her motion to dismiss, to try to get the lawsuit dismissed, and then hope that the judge would tell the Macrons, well, you're going to have to take this lawsuit to Delaware now, to Tennessee, because her LLCs are now registered in Tennessee. But see, here the problem is with her LLC, she failed to submit documentation in time, so it was abandoned last year. Now, she may have tried to do that this year, but last year was abandoned. That's the status. It'll say abandoned. Not filed in time. The documents weren't filed in time, so it'll say abandoned. So if you look up her LLC registration, that's exactly what it would say for last year. So she tried that bullshit stunt last year. It didn't work. And she thought that would help her motion to dismiss. Candace does not want this to go to court. But she lies to all the candy asses talking about, oh, I can't wait to get to the discovery phase. Can you? Then why would you file a motion to dismiss? That's not necessary. It's not a requirement. It is an option you have, but it's not a requirement. If you really wanted this to go through the court, then you would just file a response. It's an answer. That's what they call it. Even a counterclaim, but she doesn't have one. But she could have filed just an answer to their complaint. No, she filed an answer with a motion to dismiss. Candace, you're not very smart, and you didn't go to law school. I wish you would stop telling the candy asses that you know laws when you don't. Can't make this up. That is not something that they had to do. But her failed attempt to try to move the LLC registration to Tennessee was more proof that she's just trying to keep this lawsuit from proceeding forward. Not that there's any validity to the judge dismissing it and telling the Macrons you got to file it in Tennessee. Nope. That didn't work, Candace. Didn't work. Keep trying. Shout out to all y'all tuning in. What's going on, Susan Q? How you doing, honey? I see you up in here. Oh, man. Miss Coco, I see you, girl. How you doing? Oh, boy. Colleen, how you doing, honey? Shout out to all of you all tuning in. X-Files up in here. How's it going? How's it going? Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button. To the candy asses, y'all just going to be mad today. It is what it is. No one cares. So Candace's appraised property value for this is now at $155,817. As you all can see there. And this is one of her properties registered to one of her many, many LLCs. And she herself said, I have several LLCs in different states. Candace, you told on yourself twice. First, you confirmed that you defamed the Macrons. You just did it in Tennessee, even though it was over the internet. Then you say you have several LLCs and registered in different states. You told on yourself. Girl, all they gonna do is play your videos, you moron. Oh, Candace is so stupid. All right, let's go over to the next thing here. This is another one that Laura Loomer got right. This is the Battery Lane property under the Battery Lane Trust. As you all can see there, I'm not gonna read the address out. But I'm looking at this total value up here at $3.9 million damn dollars. Candace, are you selling this or what? Who live in this house? Is George still trapped in the closet? Y'all, This the house with George trapped in the closet, okay? He's like, no, go get Milo. He said he's not coming out unless Milo's there. And Andrew Tate. He can't make this out. Oh, them nasty bastards. Okay. So y'all can see here, this is the one where George Farmer paid the taxes on this property 2 years in a row because he's a moron. George, that was so stupid. You're supposed to be the son of a lord. You don't know how taxes work. Why did you pay the taxes 2 years in a row? You know that you're not showing any level of separation with this so-called trust, right? You're showing how it's connected to you and Candace even the more. So instead of him paying the taxes on the property, it should have been through the trust. But words are hard for them. So here we are. He did it 2 years in a row. Not just in 2022, but also in 2021. I don't recall Laura Loomer getting to that, but here it is. And you can't make this up. This is stuff that can be looked up, y'all. 2 years in a row, he paid the property taxes. So 21, it was $19,001.09. 2022, it was $18,801.61. And it kind of trends around the same amount for years 23, 24, and then 25. It got a little boost. So they must have did some work to it, increase the property value. And the more the valuation, the higher the valuation of the property, of course, the more taxes that you are having to pay based on whatever the percentage rate of the assessment is for that. So they're looking at this like, okay, how much income are you getting from it? What's the interest? Because that interest is what can be pierced. And that's the terminology Laura Loomer used. Piercing the trust, right? If this is a irrevocable trust right here, or is covered under this battery lane trust, is somehow irrevocable, it can be pierced if you can prove that it is not completely disassociated with Candace or George. But they can't really make that claim when he's sitting here paying the taxes. Well, he paid the taxes 2 years in a row. Like, he did a oopsie 1 year, but he did it twice because he learned nothing from running Parlor in the ground. This is the same man that ran Parlor in the ground. Gotta keep that in mind. George ran Parlor in the ground. Candace ran Blexit in the ground. So neither one of them are business savvy. So I don't expect them to like research this information. And, they have a trustee here. His name is James M. Adcox. Is their trustee for the battery trust lane. And that has been switched over to him. And we got the deed. Yep, I got the deed. So here that deed is. There you go. So you all see here this instrument prepared by, this is an attorney, of course, Esquire is an attorney. And that's kind of to be expected. Address new owner, James M. Adcox III, trustee. Send bills to him. As you all can see, it's the same address as what we just saw, the battery lane address. All right, then that's the parcel ID number. And here's the warranty deed that was transferred over to James M. Adcox III. And that transfer fee is like that $10 fee. So, of course, that's not the actual valuation of the property. It's just the fee he paid to get the deed, to get the title. Does that make sense? Hit the phone. And then you guys can see this information here. All of this is online. All of this is public information. This was built from the ground up. Candace, you can afford to have houses purchased, built from the ground up. This is a brand new house. Going back to 2020. Brand new home from Cadence Construction. That house was freshly built. And then it gives you exactly the lot information, property description, gives you the address here. And of course, parties have signed, dated, all that stuff in place going back to December 28th, 2020. So this is one of the two properties that Laura Loomer was speaking of. Here is the warranty deed for it. All right. And then the LLC property that she has. Candace. So here's just the parcel information, the parcel history for that Candace Owens LLC. You all see that here. This is all what Laura Loomer was bringing up. People talking about she's crazy. No, she not. She knows how to read. Laura Loomer's not crazy now. She know what she's doing. She's tired of Candace accusing her of R-wording people. Are you kidding me? She claps back and defends herself. All of a sudden, she's crazy? Hell no. She got the right to defend herself. Candace, you just didn't expect this defense, girl. I don't think you were ready for this. Candace, let me show you how it's done. I'm going to be responsible and make sure that I relay that I don't want anybody pulling up at Candace's address. It is not necessary. There are 4 young children. They can't help who their dumbass parents are. I don't encourage that. Don't go out their way to harass them, and don't go to their house and none of that. Candace, you got to come in a court of law. You're going to get sued for all the money. No one needs to go to your house. Well, you might have to sell it because you're going to get sued out the ass, girl. Yeah. You had it coming, girl. And here is another deed. And this is also a quick claim deed for another address in Franklin, Tennessee that is under James M. Adcox. All right. And y'all see this was in 2013. So he's kind of, he has a company where he does this. He's a trustee for many of his clients. He registers their properties in his name. He takes the hit, and you guys can see here the $10 where they just trying to pay the transfer fee for the deed or whatever. And that's it. You have the parcel ID number. I'm not going to read the address out loud, but this is all public information. So this was made on September 26, 2023 by and between James M. Adcox III as trustee of the Westgate Circle Trust, whose address is, and it has it here listed, in Franklin, Tennessee, is now, the trustee over this property and will be listed as owner, signed and dated. This is in 2023, September 27, 2023. He created this Westgate Circle Trust back on March 18, 2013. That's what that means. But he acquired this property as trustee September of 2023. Y'all see that there? Signed, notarized, and everything in the state of Tennessee. Candace, if this property is valued in the millions, you're not going to be able to hide this stuff from the court. The Macrones are probably going to get their hands on all this stuff either way. Child, looks like a lot. Not sure if it has a building on it. Which one? Are you talking about the Candace Owens LLC one? Yeah, that I don't know about that one. I don't know why that. Hold on. This one right here. Yeah, I don't know what if this is an apartment, a townhome, or what. It just showed up under her LLC. And this is the one she tried to transfer last year from Delaware to Tennessee. So this could be one of those, what do you call those little dummy addresses that people use just to have an address on file? Especially when it comes to having a registered LLC, they go get one of these little weird ass, addresses like they did with in the state of Virginia under Parlor. Y'all remember that 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo we looked up in Virginia near DC? It was just with the address they utilized when we were looking at the Blexit taxes. I think this is the same scenario. So this might be just some, standard 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo somewhere that she's just using as like a placeholder for her LLC registration. This other address here, the Battery Trust address, that's an actual house. We looked at the actual layout of that yesterday. I actually have the card. Hold on a second. That's the actual house. So I'll pull up that property card. Y'all can see that one. That's a real property. That's a whole house. It's a nice house too. Candace is going. If it's worth money, you gonna have to tell on that. Hey, Maria Bates, how you doing? Shout out to you, y'all. Maria Bates up in here. Fantastic content creator. Mindy up in here. How you doing? Oh my goodness. Mindy says anytime you open a trust for property, you need to have a bank account tagged to it. Went through this with my grandparents, and I worked in banking for 5 years. There you go. And I do believe the trustee is the one that probably would have an account linked to that trust and would be listed as the account holder for that. Seeing that they have the right to the deed and is listed as the trustee. You got these properties and stuff listed underneath it. Hopefully that trustee, James Adcox III, hopefully he understands he's got to have all that in place. Because that's why, George paid the taxes on the Battery Lane house for 2 years because for some reason he didn't know that this money's supposed to be paid out through a trust, not through you. It's the same clown that, oh Lord, that had a whole company that wanted was it Kanye to buy his company? Child, I think Kanye figured them out. Y'all hit the phone. Y'all think Kanye figured these two out? He probably was like, nah, these some scammers. I ain't fooling with this. Because why else would he? Is she always bragging about Kanye? But he turned around and not buy Parler Inc. I think he found out some stuff about those two. He didn't like it. That's my take on that. I think Kanye realized, like, y'all doing some shady stuff with money, and I ain't with that. And Candace already had to retract a lie she told about some merchandise or something that she claimed Kanye gave her an idea or something. And he was like, no, I didn't. So he saw, oh, this girl willing to lie like hell. And he didn't like it. And he saw they finances for Parler Inc. He was like, y'all got some shady stuff going on. Parler Inc. connected to Blexit. You got these other LLCs registered to it. Y'all paying out all this money in these social media fundraiser websites. What is that for? A lot of shady stuff going on. And they moving money around under these so-called shell LLCs. That's why she got so many of them. Because who needs a separate LLC when it comes to clothing? You got merchandise and all of that. Why do you need a whole new LLC for that? You got 2 and 3 different LLCs registered for one thing, dealing with your channel. For what? Make that make sense? A different trademark, one thing. A different LLC? For what? Child. Because my whole thing is, why is Georgetown Inc. and Candace Owens LLC 2 separate things? But yet they are. And they have money flowing through both from the same source. So whether it's coming from George and his side or whatever, however he's earning money, does he even work? I don't even think he has a job. And Candace and her channel, they're still moving money around through these LLCs. And it's not like money separates. It's not like 50,000 coming from him from somewhere, 40,000 coming from her from somewhere. No, they got money moving through these LLCs that's combined income. And I think that's what Kanye figured out. And he was like, hell no, I don't want no parts of that. This stuff looks like it's criminalistic. We're not doing this. Because there's got to be a reason why he didn't buy a Parler. Now, that was a smart move on him. He kissed my butt on a lot of things, but that was a smart move for Kanye to say, nah, I'm not buying Parler. I'm not doing it. He saw something shady going on. And, if one thing I can say, he's definitely business savvy. He saw something shady going on. I wish he would talk about it. That's what I wish he would do. But yeah, this is the Battery Lane Trust home. Y'all see here? That's the parcel number, Battery Lane Trust there, address there. Oh man. Mm-mm-mm. This thing says it's got 15 rooms. Are they counting the kitchen and the dining room and living room? That might be all rooms in the house. That's crazy. 8 bedrooms? Okay, 8 bedrooms. That makes sense. 15 is ridiculous. 8 bedrooms sound about right. I'm looking at here. It says beds 8. Yeah, but this is the house. This is a nice house. It's a nice house. I ain't gonna lie. It's a nice house. Now, whether they selling that, still living there, or what, I don't know. Georgia, you living here? We heard you living somewhere else. Oh, dear Lord. Candace. The best thing to do is to go ahead and just go through that court hearing, girl. When you put 2 and 2 together, LLC, she lives in one house, he lives in the other house. In the other, they live close together for the sake of the children, the parents. It seems like it. I think so. I think like the thing is, at this point, they already had a lavender marriage. It's not a secret. They're not even denying it at this point. He walking around in the airport with black eyes. She got a broken foot. Child, they don't need to live in the same house together. If they get violent on each other, they need to stay far away from each other. That might be a reason why they live is separated. And then he's getting caught up with DUIs and all of that. Y'all really think she's trying to stand by him while he's getting DUIs and getting pulled over with drunk driving? Because that's public record. That you think about this. He's getting pulled over for DUIs and drunk driving and all of that. With 4 kids. She's not the loyalty type. Like Candace ain't the ride or die chick. She cut a dude off to marry his ass. And she had been with the other one for how long? And this is somebody that's just looking to come up. She's stepping on backs to climb up that ladder. She's not gonna stick by George if he go out and go to jail and get arrested for drunk driving. He's getting in legal trouble. No. If anything, she's looking at it like, oh, you're gonna mess up our image. So I'm not supporting that. And yet she can't speak on that black eye he got and her broken foot. And I wonder, is it affiliated with a actual crime committed? Did the police have to come out and separate you two, Candace? Tell him, look, you're gonna have to find somewhere else to go. Because even if you're married, you're having domestic issues. One of y'all got to go for the sake of the kids. The police will tell you that. One of y'all got to get the hell out of here. Maybe he decided to just go ahead and leave. Easier let her have the house and the kids there. I'll leave. I'll go get me something else. I think that might be what happened. He walking around with black eyes. She got a broken foot. Come on now. And they're not seen together. She don't talk about him. She's sitting here harping on somebody else's husband that's deceased. But she don't talk about her own at all. And when we look up information on him, he's got DUIs. Come on, Candace. Girl, you ain't fooling nobody. What's going on, Mom? How you doing, honey? Oh, yeah. LLC is right. Why so many LLC school, laundry, money. Just a question. Yeah, just a question. And I asked that when we went over the Blexit tax documents. You got these like 3 LLCs that came up during that research. Probably would be more if I was to dig a little deeper. All these LLCs and money is moving through them. You have all these registered agents for it. And then they have LLCs connected to it. And all of this coming from money that you're using from social media fundraising. Because think about it. Candace does nothing but sit online all day. She's a blogger. She didn't have a regular W-2 job anywhere. She writes books, sells merchandise, and she goes online. That's it. And does appearances. So that money is shuffling through these LLCs. And then she uses those LLCs to make these so-called purchases and deals, or she'll put it under a trust. I'm not shocked to see this trust on these two houses. That's how she uses the LLC like as a bank account. That's the same way she did when it came to Blexit. She was giving out obscene amount of money to other LLCs that were like Security Detail and then two other social fundraising websites or companies. One of them we looked up that also worked with TPUSA. So she's paying them six figures. The other LLC was connected to Parlor Inc. How are you giving six figures over to your own spouse? Because this LLC is connected to Parlor Inc. That's connected to him, that he's the CEO of. Why is that on your payroll as a vendor that you're paying all this money to? And people wonder why Blexit didn't last longer than 2 or 3 years. And yet, the cult members, boy, they're going to swear to you she's smart. No, she's an idiot who ran a business in the ground and hemorrhaged through money while paying herself $250,000 a year. To do what? Yeah, no urban communities were affected by Blexit at all. It was absolutely useless. Blexit was useless. But the money flowing through those LLCs, she couldn't justify the expenses with it. So it's like, let me just move $250,000 and do it as if I'm billing or I'm paying an invoice to a vendor. And then it's going to be categorized as social media fundraising. That's what she did with two of them. One of them went back to George and Parlor Inc. That's how he was able to get some of that money coming from Blexit, moving it through one LLC to another. We saw that in tax documents. Imagine if we dug a little deeper, what else we would find. And she admitted to having multiple LLCs registered in various states across the country. Delaware, Tennessee, Texas are 3 states I know for sure. Anyone know any other states she got LLCs registered with? Because I know those 3 for sure. That girl is moving one money around by the 6 figures. Hey, Long Sling, how you doing, honey? John, what's going on? Oh, yes. Miss Coco and Coco definitely deserve a big paycheck. The little honey said she would never be a Whitney to a Bobby. Oh, my God. Candace says she is as smart as Charlie. Child, the devil is a liar. The only Candace can do is try to hide some money, not like we can't find it. Candace, when you hiding money, you're hiding it, meaning people can't find it. We can find it, Heifer. You can't make this out. We can find the money, Candace. So y'all see all these properties she got under these trusts by James M. Adcox. Because Laura Loomer was not playing. She told the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help her God. And she gave it to us raw and real. And this is Candace Owens LLC here. Candace. Oh, girl. I just want you all to see the parts where, because she failed to file documents. Y'all see that there? Abandoned. No statement of use filed. Y'all see that? It's 3. You got Candace Owens LLC. This is from March 30th, 2026 this year. Good grief, Candace. This was last month. Lord have mercy. Candace, abandoned. Y'all see that status? No statement of use filed. So it was abandoned. You can't even tell them what this thing is being used for. Oh, this is priceless. Y'all look at this address. Candace, you got all these different addresses all over the place. You paying for rent or mortgage on these addresses? How you paying for these addresses? Why are you paying all this money for addresses? But yet she wants the candy asses to give her money for attorney's fees. Candace, you got to give up some of these addresses. You paying taxes and rent and mortgage and all these places for what? It's stupid, girl. It's so dumb. What a waste of money. This was abandoned. No statement of use filed. You can't even file documents to show what the hell this thing is being utilized for. This is insane. This is related to her Candace Owens LLC. Is this your attorney still, girl? Because, that looks like y'all. Don't tell me this is one of these attorneys the Lord was talking about. Candace won't hire an attorney that it's like a Greg Smith. You hiring Jewish attorneys and stuff, but yet you dogging out Jewish people. Can't make this up. So this one was abandoned just last month. See that? March 30th, 2026. Abandoned. No statement of use filed. Because Candace is not that smart. Oh, Candace, I'm just going to keep laughing at your dumb ass. You can't make this up. Why are you doing all of this? It's a waste of time. Look at that. Candace, it's a waste of time to do all of this if you're not going to even file a statement of use. You can't even say what this is being utilized for. What? And this is for Georgetown Inc. as well. Are you and George really having problems here? Because that's supposed to be his thing, right? Abandoned. No statement of use filed. This was back in October 6th last year for Georgetown Inc. This is for Candace Owens LLC. What is 430? I don't even want to know. Call y'all. Let's get to it. Let's get to part 2 of Laura Loomer. That's all we got on that. The documents I researched. I just want you all to see. Laura Loomer was not lying about the properties. She's definitely not lying about these LLCs. Property going into the trusts' names and they're trying to hide money. Candace has been doing that since Brexit. And she's been doing it utilizing these shell LLCs that she has in at least 3 different states that I know I've uncovered in my research on it. 3 different states: Texas, Tennessee, Delaware. And she'll do more if she goes uninhibited. I mean, I don't know if you can tell somebody to stop doing that, but you can't keep hiding money and think that it's not going to show up in court documents when you're being sued. And part of that lawsuit is asking for damages, emotional distress, because you cost them, pain and suffering for nothing because you lied and said something was a matter of fact when it wasn't. Now you got to pay the price. Get the hell over it. If you feel like you've done something right, Candace, you're going to take your ass to court. If not, she's going to keep dodging and dipping and ducking and panicking like she's been doing. And we're here for it. Candace, you got court April 20th. All right, y'all. Y'all ready for Laura Loomer? Let's finish up part 2. Hit the phone when you can see and hear. Let's go.
Candace Owens as a client. Candace Owens says Palestine will be free from the river to the sea. So Candace Owens also has said that Israel should cease to exist and that there's not going to be peace in the world until Israel doesn't exist. So if he thinks that that's anti-Semitism, why is he representing her? It goes both ways, right? Mark Hasowitz is acting like a grifter for representing Candace Owens, and Candace Owens is definitely a grifter for having Mark Hasowitz as her lawyer when she said that Zionists were trying to kill her. She said that Jews are demonic and that Jews are not God's chosen people and that we need to stop saying that Jews are God's chosen people, and she doesn't like Jewish people and she hates Zionists and that Zionists are filth. So why did she hire a Zionist lawyer? This is his speech to the Zionist Organization of America. Doesn't anybody find this to be hypocritical? I mean, I don't know. We can see the chat, see what everybody's saying, but I personally think it's hypocritical.
My Lord.
So she's constantly said that she wants Israel to be wiped off the face of the planet. She tweeted that she doesn't think that Israel has a right to exist. She interviews all these jihadi Muslims and Muslim Brotherhood officials who constantly say that Israel doesn't have a right to exist. So,
wow.
Why did she hire a Zionist lawyer? Clearly, she doesn't mean what she says. And if she doesn't mean what she says about Zionists and Jews, she clearly doesn't mean anything she's saying about Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk, and Tyler Robinson. This is all one big grift for Candace Owens. She has made millions of dollars smearing TPUSA, smearing Erica Kirk, because I personally think that Candace Owens is in a lavender marriage. I think that she's being blackmailed by Milo Yiannopoulos. And I think that Candace Owens is super miserable because she, as I told you, she was in a long-term relationship with this guy named Ryan for 7 years, and she didn't even get to know George by his own admission, right? We have the clip. We can go ahead and we can play the clip
Oh,
again.
yeah, play the clip, girl.
Of George Farmer talking about how there was no romance whatsoever in their relationship and they only knew each other for 2 weeks. Exactly, because I had texted her 2 weeks prior and asked her how Ryan was doing, and she said he was doing well. I think that Candace Owens is incredibly unhappy in her, what many people believe is a fake arranged lavender marriage. And I think that she was in love with Charlie Kirk, and that she really wanted to be with Charlie Kirk and always viewed herself as being with Charlie. And that I think that she probably, actually, I've been told by several people who work at TPUSA that Candace, one of the reasons why she was removed from TPUSA is because her romantic feelings towards Charlie Kirk became inappropriate. And, Charlie was on the record even saying that he told Erica that she couldn't work at TPUSA because he wanted to date her, and told her, like, you can either date me or you can, you can't work at TPUSA because I want to date you. And they've both said this publicly. And I think that Candace Owens, from what I've been told by some high level people who work at TPUSA, is that her romantic feelings towards Charlie Kirk became inappropriate and they let her go. And that's why she wasn't invited to his wedding, because she had deep romantic feelings for Charlie Kirk that were not reciprocated because, well, Charlie Kirk wasn't into ghetto black bitches who go around, attacking grieving widows. He was into beautiful Erica Kirk, white, blonde hair, blue eyes, model, not some tramp from Stamford, Connecticut with a tramp stamp on her back who, was in a 7-year relationship with some man who she ended up leaving for the first rich man she met with an accent in the UK. So sounds like Candace Owens is just consumed with rage, because I don't know about you, but if my spouse or my partner or whoever, anybody's in a relationship, if I was in a relationship with somebody who only talked about another man, right? Or like another woman, let's say, right? Like in this case, another man, because, well, she's a woman. But if I was with a man and all he ever did was just talk about another woman over and over and over and over again, I would just probably leave. I would probably just be like, okay, like this is too much, right? Because it's unhealthy. Like why is it that another man is consuming her thoughts so much if she's in a happy relationship with George? She's not in a happy relationship with George, clearly. She's not in a happy relationship. She wanted an arranged marriage. In fact, there's even articles out there. I believe I even tweeted this one time about how Candace Owens used to write on this blog before she became famous. And Candace Owens blog about how why are straight women marrying gay men? Why are there so many women settling down with gay men? Here we go. There's people have even talked about this. I posted about it one time too. So in an old blog post, Candace Owens said that some straight women knowingly enter relationships with gay men because they want companionship, stability, or children, and feel pressure to settle down as they age. So Candace was getting to be in her 30s by the time she was with George. And I mean, look, you can pull it open right here and see the blog post for yourself. Let's see. You can scroll down. Laura Loomer wonders whether Candace Owens' husband is gay, based on an old article allegedly written by the podcast under the name Candace Amber. So that was the name that she used to use, as Candace Amber. So keep on scrolling down, keep on scrolling down. Oh, it's not there. Well, the post was there. Let's see if we can open this up. Can we just get back to the Facebook post, please? We had it up on the screen. Just get it up on the screen. So there we go. It's right there. Just read the post and pull it up, because you keep on moving it. Just move it up, please. Sorry. Please move it up. Up, up, up. In an old blog post, Candace Owens said that some straight women knowingly enter relationships with gay men because they want companionship, stability, and children and feel pressure to settle down as they age. In 2015 and 2016, the reason why it's like taking forever to load is because unlike Candace Owens, right, I'm banned still on Facebook and I'm banned on, I don't have a monetized YouTube channel. So it makes it difficult when we have to pull things up on the screen here from other social media sites because I'm not allowed to have Facebook because I'm still banned. So it's interesting how Candace Owens is allowed to commit all these like violations of terms of service and she never gets banned. Right. And it just kind of makes you wonder like what kind of arrangement she has with the big tech social media companies as well, because you'll notice that even though she constantly harasses people and lies and smears and doxes people, she's never banned on social media. Right. So anyway, this is why we have to pull it up this way. In 2015 and 16, Candace Owens ran Degree 180, a marketing firm and blog that originally operated. And I had posted this on my X account too. But again, I do this all in real time. I'm just remembering things in real time that I've reported on. And we show you these receipts in real time because I'm not pre-taping my show like Candace Owens and curating a script written by Milo Yiannopoulos or written by one of her many producers that she has, right? This is all done in real time so that you can see we're not photoshopping these receipts, we're pulling them up, and you can find it on my Twitter account as well. So let's scroll down a little bit, please. In 2015 and 16, Candace Owens ran Degree 180, a marketing firm and blog that originally operated with a lean toward liberal perspective. Before shifting her political alignment, Owens used the site to voice opposition to conservative movements, including the Tea Party, and frequently published content that ridiculed Donald Trump. Candace married George Farmer in 2019. You can scroll down and you can see this is the article. A lot of straight women are settling down with gay men. Here's why. Candace Owens, May 24th, 2016. So again, she used this term, this name, Candace Amber, interchangeably with the name Candace Owens. And this has all been confirmed. I've reported on this in the past. Pull up the tweet as well, see if we can find it. But regardless, right? You do some searching online and you do the keyword searches on X later, you can see that I've been posting about this for a long time. I didn't even start talking about Candace and her alleged lavender marriage this week. I just decided to unleash on Candace, right? And put some receipts out there because I'm just sick and tired of her grifting off her audience. And every single day she unleashes violence and lies against the Jewish community, telling people that they should show up at their local Chabad when she has an entire legal team of Zionist lawyers who she says that her life is in danger from the Zionists, right? And she wants to talk about my relationship and my husband, and she wants to talk about me supposedly being a man, saying that I'm Larry, says I'm mentally ill, lies about me, says all these crazy things. Meanwhile, she's literally on the record writing articles from 2016 titled, "A lot of straight women are settling down with gay men. Here's why." I mean, I think it's crazy. I think it's totally crazy. I think it's nuts.
Listen here, Candace. Do we need to pull up the video of this girl kissing all over your face and you grabbing her butt in photos? Because think about it. This is going both ways for her and George. Candace has been photographed being more affectionate with another woman. I want y'all to keep this in mind. With another woman, just as much as George is being affectionate with another man. And yet you don't see them having any PDA. If anything, you see them in public where he's got a black eye and she's got a broken foot. You don't see them hugging and kissing all over each other. But yet she has no quarrels with another woman going live while this woman is kissing all over her face, hugging on her in two different photos, and she's grabbing her ass in one of them while she's pregnant. Candace, you didn't think the baby could feel this woman? Baby's like, what is this body you pressing me up against? You're pregnant doing all that BS, girl. Candace, you took a photo of that. You took a photo grabbing another woman's butt, and you didn't think that photo would go viral? What you mean? This is all over X.com, by the way. The candy asses never address that. They never say, you know what, LLC will give you that one. Those photos, that video is weird. We still worship and adore Candace, but that's weird. We all agree to that. No, they won't even admit it. They won't even admit the video and the photos exist in this reality on Earth. They never acknowledge it. They go silent in the chat and they don't say a damn word when we pull up Candace being kissed all over the face by another woman. Go figure. Candace, maybe she meant to do an article called Why Gay Women Marry Gay Men. I mean, because Candace could be bisexual as well. I don't ever recall another woman trying to kiss me all over the face like that. Child, no, I'm sorry. I'm punching you in the face. You're trying to do all that to me. I don't like women. You think I'm going to let some woman just kiss all over my face like that and go live stream on it? Hell no. It's even if this is your best friend, y'all grew up together, that ain't it. Best friends don't even do all that. Now, if you're gay, you like women and stuff, you do that. That's what you do, Candace. But straight women we don't know. We don't just take photos and videos with our best friends like that. Hell no. But the candy asses never say anything about it. They just like, oh, we're looking the other way. We don't see this. This is not our reality. They never acknowledge it. They don't even want to say, you know what, later look, yeah, no, that's pretty bad. We can't say what Candace's sexuality is. I mean, hell, at least say you don't care if you really don't. Maybe the candy asses don't care that she's bisexual. If you don't care, they say that. But don't make it seem like she's holier than thou when she's not. And Candace is still an idiot and moving money in all these LLCs. Can't make this up.
Let's go back. Let's see what other clips we have. What other clips do we have of Candace Owens to show? Showed the clip of the Zionist Organization of America. Is that clip over? Did we play the whole thing? Still have a few more minutes. We still have a few more minutes of this clip. So 5 more minutes or so left. And again, just soak in all the hypocrisy here. All I'm trying to show you guys is that you're being lied to. This woman is basically like a
Laura, I don't know if you know this. Narcissists don't care about hypocrisy. They will never care about that. Candace does not care that she's being hypocritical. That's why I don't care when I go in on her. I sleep peacefully. It does not bother me to call Candace a clown and a dumbass. Like I don't feel anything about that. She's a narcissist. You think the narcissist would want to show proof that she has 2 degrees, but she'll let that lie linger in space while her candy asses try to make excuses for that as well. They don't believe in accountability. They don't know how to spell that word or define it. They don't know how to spell or define hypocrisy. They don't understand that concept. They just make excuses and keep praising her and worshiping, groveling at her feet like she's God to them. Maybe she is their God. She's not ours. I don't understand why they just won't pull the Jim Jones move and just go move to another continent and start a commune and just go worship her somewhere else. Go to the Ring of Fire, the middle of the ocean. Just get the hell out of our country. Candace, please get the hell on.
Grifter televangelist running a mega church, taking money from poor people in the church to go buy another jet or to go buy another multi-million-dollar mansion. That's her personality here. She wants you guys to think that Jews are bad while she hires Jews and gives all of your hard-earned money while she hides her money in a trust because she doesn't want Brigitte Macron to wipe her clean when she takes her to the cleaners because she defamed her when she said that Brigitte Macron, the first lady of France, has a dick. She doesn't have a dick. She might be kind of masculine looking, or maybe she's older and you may find it weird that an older woman is married to a man who's a lot younger than her. But Brigitte Macron is a biological woman. She's a biological woman, and Candace Owens defamed her. And there's there's actually a deadline in their court case coming up, I believe, set for April 28th, where they have to make their argument for
the motion to dismiss,
like why the case should be dismissed. And from what I've seen so far, they're not making a compelling argument whatsoever. I think that Brigitte Macron is actually going to be able to move forward with this case, and that Candace Owens is going to have to pay up. So that's why over the weekend I exposed her trust, and her hidden assets because I really want the trust to be attached to the lawsuit because Candace Owens broadcast her show from one of the homes, maybe both of them. I know at least one of them in the Battery Lane Trust, which means that since she broadcast her show from a home that is acquired by the trust, they could technically attach that trust to the lawsuit for damages. So let's continue playing this clip.
Let's go.
Now, even though our students who are our clients in these cases report that things are better on the campuses of Harvard and Barnard and NYU, that things have gotten, that they feel safer, this is only the beginning. There is so much left to do. The task that is facing Leo Terrell and the federal task force that he heads up is monumental. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. In the year 2023, roughly 80 years after the Holocaust, on October 8th, the day after the horrible murder, torture, and rape of over 1,200 Jews in Israel, and the kidnapping of more than 200 more, the most horrific.
Okay, I'll go fast forward a little bit through his speech.
You haven't read my reports and you haven't seen all of the videos.
Yeah, God bless his heart and all his parts. So we just got to fast forward through it for the sake of brevity. We get the gist of it. But if you guys want to check it out, it's on Laura Loomer's X account, and you guys can go through the whole speech. We got to get past it. All right.
And all of the various
financial
documents and the property tax receipts and the receipts that show that she has these two trusts. I encourage you to go through my X feed from the last few days and you can see everything yourself. But I don't really care. People are sending me all these clips like, oh, look what Candace is saying about you. I already explained tonight why she has Milo do her dirty work for her. I already explained to you why she has Milo in her house. I raised the question about why she has Milo there. And I think I've shown enough receipts tonight. Candace hasn't shown any receipts about me, right? She showed a video of me crying from 2019 when I was upset because I got deplatformed. Yeah, you know what it's like to be deplatformed everywhere.
Listen, I've cried too. I mean, Candace, you want to just show videos of people crying? Yeah, check out my birthday stream I did. I cried. Real tears. I was crying. My eyes burning, hair hurt. I cried. I was touched. Sometimes people show emotions, Candace. You know, human beings here on Earth. We're not all walls and aliens like you. You're the only alien here purporting yourself to be the black female version of Jim Jones. I wish she would just go ahead and just buy a compound. To the candy ass cult members, why don't you all buy your cult leader a plot of land, an island somewhere outside of the U.S., and then you guys can move there and do whatever you want. Children of the Corn. I'm just saying. You want to idolize and worship her and put her on a pedestal? We don't do idolization here. Not in the LLC. No one is to be idolized here but God. Candace gets nothing. She's not even a mere mortal. She claimed to be an alien. We're going with that. I just don't understand why they won't take this cult nonsense to an island somewhere and leave the rest of us out of it. We don't want to be a part of your dumb cult. You're all getting mad because people are crying. Candace doesn't understand emotions. She can't tell you all how she broke her foot and how George got a black eye. What if he beat her behind? Are you candy asses good with that? Clearly, you would not be cool with George putting his hands on her, would you? Just like I'm not cool with her putting her hands on him. It should be only out of self-defense if you're going to do something. It shouldn't even be to where you walking around with a broken bone in your body. That's some hardcore fighting. But, let's say George put his hands on her. The candy ass is cool with that? You don't see them going around on his profiles demanding that he answer questions about how she broke her foot, do you? This is how you know they have this hive mentality. They're only going to go after the people she tells them to go after. You would think seeing him with a black eye, seeing her with a broken foot, they would be asking him questions. How did this girl break her foot? This is our cult leader. And she's got a broken foot. You got a black eye? What the hell happened with you two? They won't even ask him that. He could be beating on her ass. Who knows? You think the candy asses care? No, they care about stalking Erica Kirk in her building. But they don't want to find out how Candace broke her foot and why George got a black eye. And there could be sign of domestic abuse in that household. Never mind that. Like I said, the only people I feel bad in this whole equation right now is the kids. Because, you know, they can't help who their parents are.
Not have access to anything. Candace has never been censored. She's never lost any of her accounts or been shut down. You know what it's like to lose your bank account and to be banned from your bank and to be banned from social media and to literally be like shut out when you're a journalist and you have no access to any way to communicate. Like, yeah, of course, you're going to get upset too. I had to deal with a lot. I was the most censored woman in the world at the time and literally was.
Yeah, Treehouse said she didn't like Laura Loomer or Candace. I'm not here to tell anybody who to like when it comes to Laura Loomer. I don't go out my way to convince the candy asses to stop loving or adoring Candace. I don't do that. That's not for me to do. I'm not here to change their mind or prove anything to them either. It's okay if you don't like Laura Loomer. But for the information she's given, some of it we just verified with the property tax information, with deeds, with information that is available to the public. Didn't have to do anything underhanded. It was a Google search. All online. We put up 2 property deeds, property tax information paid under the Battery Trust, under this Candace Owens LLC thing. Then we put up her Candace Owens LLC, where it was banned last month. So all this stuff we pulled up is public information in part of research. Because Candace, you know, she believes in being hypocritical. Sometimes it's not always a good thing. But she wants people to give her money to pay for attorney's fees on a lawsuit she brought upon herself. Because she claimed that someone was factually born a man when they weren't. And she had no scientific evidence to prove it. It was not just her opinion. She purported that as a fact. So whether you believe Laura Loomer is crazy is on you. I'm not here to defend her. I don't know Laura Loomer. But I do know she was not lying when she brought up that property information. Does that make sense? And I wanted to make sure I did my due diligence in showing you all the documentation, showing you all the websites, the links that you can utilize. I put it in the live stream last night. You guys can always go back and fact check me on those documents. So that's something she didn't lie about. She didn't lie about that. She was telling the truth because the documentation exists. She could be crazy and still be truthful. I can't control people being crazy. I don't know what to do that. I mean, sometimes I'm crazy. You know, whatever. Everybody crazy. Hit the 4 if you crazy. We all crazy.
Not even allowed to have social media when I ran for Congress. So wow, sue me. Oh my God. I cried and I got emotional during an interview because I was banned everywhere and my life was made miserable. And you know, I didn't have a sugar daddy like Candace Owens has to pay for all my bills. Oh, I cried during an interview on InfoWars. I must be so mentally ill. Please. It's like, I wrote about this. I wrote about being censored and how it took a toll on me and how I learned to deal with the stress and also the sadness associated that came along with being censored and being ostracized and what it was like, you know, being shut out of society by the social media companies and why I think these companies need to be regulated. So, you know, I have an entire book about it. I've done tons of interviews about it and it's not exactly a secret. I talk about like the struggles in the book that I dealt with. And ultimately it's a story of perseverance. It's a story talking about how I survived. The most powerful companies in the world tried to destroy me. They brought me to my knees. I was so sad. I was distraught. And I am here today fighting to live another day because you're not defined by how many times you get knocked down. You're defined by how many times you get knocked up and you get back up and keep swinging. So Oh, wow. Let's play this video of Laura crying on InfoWars, please. Candace has never experienced any adversity in her life. She's a gold digger who literally left a man who was honest and pure and loved her.
Know, do y'all know that guy? Does he have an X account? I would love to interview him. She said she was with this man for 7 years. Did y'all hear that? 7 years? Candace, you were with this guy for 7 years and you up and left him without a cause for George after only knowing him for 18 days. That's why people said that was a crazy move. And you wonder why George's parents doesn't like her? Candace, you wonder why your in-laws don't like you. You agreed to marry this man in 18 damn days. And you were in a 7-year relationship with another man while trying to be in love with Charlie Kirk. Can you? Yeah. No. She was with another man. This is all the while she was trying to be in love with Charlie Kirk. Because I do agree with that. Candace was in love with Charlie Kirk. Whether he liked her back, I don't know. I hope not. But if he did, it is what it is. But she was in love with him. She don't even want to admit it. That's the crazy part. It's like you can say everything else, but you won't say something simple like that. You don't want to admit you were in love with him? Candace, that's a punk ass move, don't you think? You got the spine and the ball sack to say whatever else you want to say, but somehow you telling the truth about you being in love with Charlie Kirk is too much. For some reason, you don't have the spine to say that. Make it make sense? And then you gave up a 7-year relationship with somebody to marry George after knowing him. No, for accepting his proposal. After knowing him for 18 days with no romance at all. So were you cheating on the guy or what? Because when did you break up with the other one?
At a time when her face was literally being destroyed by mold spurs because, as the story goes, she didn't want to pay her rent, so she decided to live in a mold-infested apartment, and then didn't want to pay rent and thought that if she got medical bills that she could just get out of her rent. She left a man who she was living with and came home to this man of 7 years and told him that she was getting married while she was in a committed relationship. There's nothing religious about this woman with a tramp stamp on her back. There's nothing devout or pure or chaste about Candace Owens. She's a grifter who is jealous. There are tons of videos out there of her talking about how, she grew up in a broken home and how she resented pretty young white girls growing up, and how the defining moment that set off her philosophy in life was when she got invited to go on a play date to some rich white blonde girl when she was in elementary school. And she just couldn't believe how she had nannies and parents that were happily married. And, that's what made her go crazy, apparently, is going on a play date to some wealthy white girl's home in Connecticut. And that's when Candace decided that she was going to be a leftist and start doxing everybody, and that she was going to try to destroy all the pretty white blonde girls that she couldn't be growing up, right? Because she was born in the hood, and that she was going to somehow marry a rich white man that would have otherwise get married to a rich white blonde girl, right, with pretty blue eyes, just like Erica Kirk, because she was going to get her reparations one way or another. Okay. She is all about class warfare, and she is all about race politics. Candace Owens, that's her whole shtick. It's literally how
Candace goes where the wind blows. You can't make this up. Spiderweb, let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a genuine, sincere question, Spiderweb. You hear? Spiderweb 66. How do you feel about Candace taking Adderall and doing an article about it, and then giving advice on how to get Adderall without treatment, without a prescription? She wrote an article about that. How do you feel about that? You're saying somebody needs to be on medication. Oh, okay. So how do you feel about Candace abusing Adderall? Candace told on herself about that. She did a whole article on that. I can pull it up if you want. Candace did an article on how to get Adderall without a prescription, without treatment. You all good with that? They won't answer the question because they know it makes their cult leader look like crap. But yet she told people how to get Adderall. You understand what type of medication that is? I'm not talking to the bots because they gonna copy and paste. Like they do dumb shit like this. Like Chabu, that does not hurt my feelings at all. Has no effect on me. Tell me about how do you feel about Candace taking Adderall and abusing Adderall? She admitted to that. When we talk about people taking drugs, medications for mental disorders, what do you think Adderall is for? To the Luxers, put it in the chat if you know what Adderall treats. Drop it in the chat. Since we're talking about psychosis and mental health disorders, right? You have people that are diagnosed with real mental health disorders and with psychosis. Candace is a narcissist and an opportunist. I don't know if she has psychosis, but she's an opportunist and a narcissist. She's a grifter. She'll say whatever. I don't think that it would be appropriate to write out an article telling people how to get Adderall without treatment, without a diagnosis of anything, just so you can take it to get through so-called college classes, only to drop out of college. You have people that are actually prescribed Adderall for real mental health disorders. And this helper wrote an article about how to get it without a diagnosis, without treatment, for free to practically abuse it. I don't expect the candy asses to develop morals and, say, hey, what she did was wrong then. They're never going to say that. They're going to just keep making excuses for her. But if we going to talk about somebody being crazy and having psychosis and getting meds and all this stuff, where has she lied is my question. Because we already supported the issue with the properties and the battery lane trust. We pulled up the documents on that. She didn't lie about that. Yet, Candace claims she has 2 degrees. Where's the evidence? When is she going to post up her degrees? Lord Loomer could be crazy until Jesus comes. If that's how you feel, whatever. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I want you to keep that in mind. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Here in this reality on earth, all the things that Candy and the candy asses are saying can be said about her. We know that you don't understand the concept of hypocrisy. We get it. I'm not forcing you to understand it. But I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I did not at least show the hypocrisy as well. Whether you believe it or not, it's on you at the end of the day. I don't have to pay your bills or take care of you. God bless your heart and all your parts. But when you're talking about things like this, and Candace has done an article to teach people how to get Adderall for free, how does that make it any better? It's just a question. Just a question. I just want to make sure we all on one accord with this. Candace should not be using Adderall if she does not have a diagnosis that warrants that prescription. She admitted to abusing it and taking it, knowing that she did not have a diagnosis that warranted her to receive that treatment, that medication. She literally did an article saying that she went into a doctor's office and just asked for some Adderall and admitted to abusing it. And she had no mental health disorder diagnosed to warrant that prescription. And she bragged about it. Never once coming back to be responsible and say, please don't do this. I know this is an old article. It's archived. I would not encourage anybody to abuse Adderall. Do not do that. That is very dangerous. And it was reckless of me at the time. I would not encourage this. Please do not do this. I understand this article is just out there, but this was a long time ago. Do not follow these instructions in this damn article. I was an idiot, and that's not safe. And she has teenage girls looking up to her.
She got started in conservative politics. She was a leftist who was dating an athletic, middle class white guy athlete who then she decided she didn't want to be with anymore because she met somebody rich who could give her the life that she always wanted to have. She always wanted to live an aristocratic lifestyle. And now she gets to be with a man who, I don't know if she conceived her children in a turkey baster. I have no idea. But she gets to live in a mansion. Maybe her husband lives 2.3 miles away.
Tell Lennon on her. I said, what's up? You already let him send him my best well wishes. Let him know that we're proud of him. He's still keeping his foot on Umar, the Oompa Loompa neck. Have fun, girl.
And they just, visit for the kids. But she gets to live a life of luxury while she lies about other people on the internet all day long. She says that I spread vicious rumors. Everything that I said tonight, I backed up with receipts. I didn't make any claims that were not justified. And if something wasn't 100% confirmed, I used the word allegedly. Do you ever see Candace use the word allegedly? No, Candace Owens lies. She says everything is a fact. She says Israel killed Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump killed Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk killed Charlie Kirk. Like everything this woman says is a absolute total lie. Okay. She lives to lie. She makes millions of dollars lying on her YouTube channel. I don't even have a monetized YouTube channel. So what money am I making from this? This isn't even my main line of work, right? I do consulting as my main line of work and independent reporting, but on my website. And my independent reporting is supported by my independent donations on my website. So I don't even make money from broadcasting my show. I really honestly don't. I do not make money from broadcasting on the show. So
listen, Yaps, thank you so much for the 15. I encourage Candy to double down. The rest of y'all, drink water. You don't need this poison. Thank you, Yaps. I appreciate you. Axel said 7 years she was with Ryan. Who is this Ryan? You know his last name? Did she ever say his last name? Can someone send me information on this Ryan? I would love to do an interview with him. Oh, man. Ryan, if you listen and Let It Luck Club, would love to have you on. And you can come over here and vent and say all that you want to say about Candace. 7 years is a long time. Anyone find out? Candy asks, I'm going to give you all a task. Can you find out who Ryan is? And drop the name in the chat, the last name. To the Candy asses. Are y'all going to ask your cult leader why did she dump this man after 7 years? Did you all even know about him? You can make this up. I want to interview him.
People can send in super chats. I do this show as a way to deliver my reporting. Candace Owens is making millions of dollars. She has made millions of dollars since her friend, supposedly friend, who didn't even invite her to the wedding because she was, from what Turning Point told me, making inappropriate sexual advances on Charlie Kirk. And that's why Erica was like, no, you're not invited to the wedding. Allegedly, of course. Candace Owens made millions of dollars lying about Erica Kirk, lying about Charlie Kirk, lying about TPUSA, all while hiding all these skeletons in her own closet. So, people support my work. They go to my website, they send me checks, or they go online and they donate directly, right? They click the drop-down box, they scroll down, and they go through the online donation, and they make a donation. That's how people donate. It's not like I'm just saying salacious shit and making money on ad revenue. So, again, there's a difference. We're not the same, right? I'm not here to spread lies, to monetize my lies. Candace Owens, on the other hand, is here to monetize her lies so that she can then pay her Zionist Jewish lawyers who apparently are members of some kind of, like she says, Zionists are in some kind of pedophile cult, right? And they want to kill her. She is so worried about her life, you guys. Candace Owens is so worried about her life and her safety living in Nashville, Tennessee, in her 2 mansions under the Battery Lane Trust. Candace Owens is so worried that Zionists are going to kill her that she hired an entire team of Zionist lawyers who have her personal home address, you guys. They have her home address.
Yeah. Man, the universe knows how to deliver a boomerang, doesn't it? Ain't God good? God said, vengeance is mine. I got that. Oh, nobody can put you in place like Jesus can, Candace. All those times you sat here and weaponized Christ as king and you didn't mean it. Yeah, you are here paying 3 Jewish attorneys. All those billable hours. You know attorneys are expensive. And you have 3 of them. And they're Jewish, and you have to pay their bill because you have a contract with them. And you're begging for money for attorney's fees when you've got multi-million-dollar properties. Here's my thing. If George's parents love Candace so much, why don't they just give her the money? I just, not that they're obligated, but that's my question. If they're looking out for their daughter-in-law and they love her so much like she claims, why won't George's parents just give her the money? She is literally fundraising like this girl is living in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment with George on food stamps and Section 8. That's how she's coming off with this desperation. Why ask people to buy your Merc and donate money to you when you are a multimillionaire and you can afford your own damn attorney fees? You can't stop people from giving her money. I don't even want that to be the point of this, because I know the candy asses love to flip shit around because they don't listen well. I'm not here to tell somebody how to spend their money. If you want to give Candace your whole check, that's on you. But understand, this girl is not struggling on how to pay her mortgage either. Most of her followers and her cult members are living check to check. They're not all rich. The majority of them are just regular working people. A few of them are mommy slews that do nothing all day but impersonate investigators, which is a felony. It's a crime. While Candace has valuation of what? Upwards to 10 to 15 million on her own, 240 million plus with George. If she is loved and respected by her in-laws, why won't they just give her the money to pay the attorney's fees? And she hired 3 of them. I'm just saying, where's George's parents at? Because what we don't hear is Candace going to her parents about a damn thing. They barely even come up. Candace is not making a plea for her parents to help at all. What are they adding to her life financially speaking? Seems like Candace keeps her relatives under wraps by giving them money so they don't go out and spill the beans on her. Only one cousin did a whole interview, and half the time she was flattering Candace. But you let Candace tell it, that cousin can't stand her guts. Yet she keeps her around just to, I guess, be intimidating. Nobody scared of her ass. From Connecticut. Child boo. But why won't she ask George's parents? Hey, can you all send us 10 million? I got these attorney's fees. These pesky attorneys or something else. They're all Jewish. How dare they charge me all this money? Candace didn't have to hire attorneys that are Jewish. So you got to imagine what that conversation is like when they're helping her prep for court coming up on April 28th. And they know that she's out here saying disgusting, vile things about Jewish people and about Israel. They got to be out here just like, oh man, we can't wait till your ass lose. Candace, it's too late for you to hire new attorneys. I'm going to be honest. I don't want her to switch attorneys. It's going to do nothing but prolong the matter, and we're sick of it. It's been since, what, last year, June, July? It's time to have this hearing. Don't give her ideas to prolong it any further by trying to fire her attorneys and get new ones. Now, hopefully the judge will deny that motion to withdraw, and they'll tell Candace to kick rocks and be done with it. Too late in the game for you to be trying to get new attorneys. That's just asking to prolong it for no reason. But Candace knew what she was doing when she hired those attorneys. And yet she wants the candy asses to help pay her 3 Jewish attorneys' fees. Candy asses, how do you all feel knowing you're paying 3 Jewish attorneys? Because of reasons. How do you all feel about that? Add insult to injury. I hope they're straight from Israel. You can't make this up. They're giving her money to pay 3 Jewish attorneys while they're sitting here sending death threats to Jewish conservatives. While Candace is doxing Jewish donors with TPUSA. A whole donor was doxed because she was Jewish. And because Candace was trying to paint this narrative that, TPUSA, how dare they get money from Jewish people? Trying to bleed them dry by any means necessary because she's mad that she's not the CEO. She's mad because they fired her ass. And now she's trying to take revenge out on them. And then she turns around and hires 3 Jewish attorneys. And all of these dumb candy asses are giving her money to help pay attorneys' fees for 3 Jewish attorneys. You candy asses should feel mighty, mighty stupid right now.
Because you put your address on your filings when you do your invoicing with your lawyers.
Oh, man.
Again, the grift is up. If you are still a member of the Candy cult and you believe this woman's bullshit and her lies after every single conspiracy theory she said has been proven to be false, and every single thing that she says is completely contradicted by her own behavior and actions, I don't know. Maybe you deserve to just live a life of misery, because if you really believe this and you're participating in her grifter nonsense after seeing the receipts for her trusts and seeing her multi-million-dollar homes. And look, I'm not going to dox her and post her homes online. These are public records. You could easily go look in the Battery Lane Trust yourself and find out where she lives. I'm not going to be the one to share.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't just look this stuff up to find out where somebody lives. Don't do that. I mean, I went over it and I didn't even say it out loud, and I even said I don't encourage anyone to go to this woman's home. Knowing her address is not important to me. As a matter of fact, by the time I go to bed tonight, I won't even remember it. No, we're looking at the valuation of the property so that the Macrons can see how much value those properties are worth to add into their lawsuit. The address is irrelevant. It's the fact that she owns these multi-million-dollar properties. They could be anywhere on earth. So I don't encourage it. Don't just go look it up just because you want to see her address. That's crazy. We're not resorting to Candace's tactics of doxing and targeting and all this dumb shit she does with people impersonating investigators all day. All the crimes they're committing. We're not doing it. No, and I don't encourage it.
Show you. If you are interested in what her homes look like, there's even interior listings online. You can actually go see what the inside of her home looks like. Again, I'm not encouraging this. I'm not, posting it myself. It would be a real shame if people did that. It would be a real shame if people looked up the Battery Lane Trust. I'm not encouraging that, for the record. I'm not doxing Candace Owens. I'm simply saying, which is why I blurred out all the documents, if someone wanted to, they could easily find these public records themselves and see that everything I'm saying is true. You could look at the property valuation and you could see for yourself on your own time, if you know how to search these property records, how she's living in luxury. And you could see the addresses for both of the homes, and you could easily do the calculation and maps and see that it's 2.3 miles away. So again, I think that Candace Owens should focus on her own marriage. her own relationship, her own lawsuit, her own finances, and stop lying about other people's lives, including Erica's, including mine. When this girl, this woman, Candace Owens, who's literally like Satan in blackface, has a lot to hide, a lot to hide. And I really wish that I had Ryan's last name, because somewhere out there, Ryan, who lived in Philadelphia and was with Candace Owens for 7 years and has a mother named Lisa, I remember her telling me about this. If you're out there, Ryan, we would love to hear your story, because the world deserves to know about a man who was kind, who was generous, who was loving, who literally devoted 7 years of his life to an ungrateful wench like Candace Owens, only to be told one day, oh, I'm getting married, while you're still in a committed relationship and living with a man. You're getting married. Like, could you imagine how weird that would be if you were in a long-term relationship and someone just came home and said that they were getting married, and they didn't even like break up with you? They just said, oh, I'm getting married. Like, who does that? Like, what kind of psychopath?
And Candace, that's so dirty if you did this. Larry, are you listening? Please, please come out and tell your story. Candace, you were with somebody all those years and you just come home and say, I'm marrying George. And you can't even ask George's parents to give you money for attorneys. I don't have a problem with Jewish attorneys. Candace does, because she has a problem with Jewish donors and Jewish conservatives. She has a problem with the entire state of Israel and anyone that's come from there or have a lineage traced back there. She's the one with the issue. Candace is the one with that issue. She's the only one blaming all of Israel for Charlie Kirk's assassination. And yet she can't give one single name of a person she thinks pulled the trigger on the gun. Not one. Can't name one person. No one will go to jail because of Candace's dumb nonsense about weaponizing Charlie Kirk's assassination, because that's what she did. No one will go to prison because of her garbage she spewed out all over social media for now going on 8 months. No one. And it's mighty funny how she can't give a name of a person she thinks pulled the trigger on the gun. She can't name one person at all that she believes pulled the trigger on the gun. Every time she's confronted to get to that point in her bullshittery, where she needs to start dropping real evidence and documentation, then she pivots back to, they're just doing this so they don't have to answer our questions. They don't owe you any answers to your questions, because you've been asking the same dumbass questions for 8 months. Clearly, you're not getting the answer that you desire. One, no one owes you a response. And two, try to just research the information yourself for once and answer your own question. That's what Candace was supposed to be doing. All these questions she keeps asking over and over and over again, demanding information from the FBI that sloppy Joe Kent gave her, demanding responses regarding a murder trial that's being spearheaded by the prosecutor in the state of Utah, not the FBI. And yet, if you ask her, can you name one individual you think pulled the trigger on the gun? She can't answer that. So who pulled the trigger on the gun if she doesn't believe it to be Tyler Robinson? Then who? Name the individual. Because asking the same questions over and over again is the epitome of stupidity on steroids. Doing things over and over again, doing things, same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. You're asking the same dumbass questions over and over again. You're not getting an answer. It's not getting you a different result. So just go and research and find the answers your damn self. Candace is lazy as hell. You can't make this up. So is Candace.
It's a 7-year relationship and then just says they're getting married without even like breaking up. That's why they didn't have any romance in their relationship, as they said, right? They didn't have any romance for 2 weeks because it was not that kind of thing. It was a
big house, Tracy.
relationship of convenience. It was an arranged marriage. It was a way for Candace Owens to come into an enormous amount of wealth so that she could live the life of luxury that she always wanted to live, the life of luxury that she used to tell me she wanted to live when we would go shopping at Club Monaco together in Greenwich and go out to all these little like wine and tapas.
Satiric, it's okay. You don't have to apologize. Life be lifing. I get it. It's all good. Shout out to Satiric. Y'all listen. Shout out to my minds. I appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in, Satiric. I saw your comment as well in another video. It's all good. I understand. We all got jobs and lives around here, child. Love Deep, what's so wrong about Candace doing the research and answering her own question? 8 months? They don't owe her a response. You do know that. They owe her nothing. Why don't you all do the research and answer the question yourselves? Who pulled the trigger on the gun if it's not Tyler Robinson? Love Deep. Who pulled the trigger on the gun? It's been 8 months. Either Candace is incompetent, which she is, or she doesn't care. Because why can't she answer that question? Who pulled the trigger on the gun? We asked them a question, they call it laughable. She keeps asking the same question 8 months, and then they get mad when we laugh at it. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So we'll just keep asking this same question over again, Love Deep. Who pulled the trigger on the gun? And where's that evidence? It's been 8 months. I get it that reading is not fundamental for you or the rest of your cult brothers and sisters because it is hive mentality. Candace does not know the difference between the letter N and the number 9, and she can't prove these 2 degrees she lied about obtaining. But who pulled the trigger on the gun? Go ask your cult leader to give us the answer. We'll keep asking that over and over and over again. Because you all want to, just be stuck on auto repeat as opposed to reading anything. Start with a Dr. Seuss book. I highly recommend Green Eggs and Ham. I have a feeling you can't really read beyond that first grade level because you keep copying and pasting the same words in just various ways. You're saying the same comment over and over again. You're not even trying to be creative with your responses to me in my live chat. This is a reflection of the idiocy of Candace Owens and her cult members. They refuse to, challenge themselves. Learn terms that are, at least more than 3 syllables. You gonna copy and paste and that's it? Is that all you're gonna do, Love Deep? I thought you'd try to put some effort into it. Go to your cult leader and say, can you give me some other words to use?
Bars in Greenwich, Connecticut together late at night with her roommate Anais from France.
I need different
come
words.
back to her house and hang out with her and her boyfriend, right? So I know the real Candace Owens because I knew Candace Owens before Candace Owens was Candace Owens. And telling you, I'll give her one thing. She is very good at putting on a show. Very good at pretending to be somebody who she's not. But
definitely
eventually all of your lies catch up to you and you reap what you sow in life. And someday karma is going to come knocking on her door. Someday karma is going to come knocking on her door, and every single lie that Candace Owens has ever told, every little secret that she has in her closet is going to come pouring out. And well, that's going to be the end of Candace Owens as you know it. We'll take a couple questions.
Yeah, she gets questions. All right, y'all, that's it. And she get into the Q&A portion. You guys, if you all want to, finish this up with Laura Loomer, I encourage you all to go on her X account and check out this live stream here. I think it's about 3 hours long. She did not lie about those properties, honey. Candace. Yeah, you're going to have to dispel the valuation of those properties. I hope you know that. Yeah, there's some other videos I was tagged in to check out. I believe there's one. Oh, we got Ami. Y'all know we got to end it on Ami. Y'all look. Oh, S-Files. Oh, S-Files. Y'all can't tell the resemblance. Hey, Candace. In another lifetime, you're Jermaine Stewart. That's as a FYI. Jermaine Stewart was a man. He's a singer. He was a singer. Passed away a while ago. Looks just like Candace. Oh, Candace. The only difference is he's got a beard. A little mustache right here. Candace doesn't. Or maybe she's hiding it with that makeup. Maybe it's Maybelline. Candace. Oh man, all right. I gotta go to my tagged area. I think it's the bookmarks. I got bookmarked in so much. So we looked at the tag stuff. There was something else. Oh, this here. Shout out to Mindy for tagging me in. There's a couple of these little satire clips from Lyle Culpepper. I never heard them, but we're gonna watch it because we need to laugh. We all need to laugh. Gotta laugh.
Or actually an anecdote, not even an anecdote.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
Here we go again. Every time I think I'm done, you just keep pulling me back in. Why can't I quit you?
And so I'll give you an analogy, or actually an anecdote, not even an anecdote, a reality.
It's anecdote. Should have expected that one.
And he used to come in every day with a
Anecdote.
debacle.
Debacle. It's debacle.
Wait a minute. Love D. This is how you sound to us. Like your cult leader who can't pronounce terms. Anecdote. Oh my God.
Here we go again. Every time I think I'm done, you just keep pulling me back in. Why can't I quit you?
And so I'll give you an analogy, or actually an anecdote, not even an anecdote, a reality.
An anecdote. An anecdote. Love D. Spell anecdote. Oh, we gotta have a spelling lesson. Love D. Spell anecdote. Spell anecdote. Because you can't spell her. This right here, you can't even spell her. They don't owe here, comma, she don't owe them. Here? This stupidity rubs off people. Candace can't say anecdote, and Love Deep can't spell her. Oh, Love Deep. Yeah, man, listen. I don't know if you're a male or female. It's called spell check. I understand, these bots are programmed to just spew out the same thing over and over again. Then they're going to call me jealous. Then he's going to say I've got $7,000. Then they're going to say something about me being a black woman. Blah, blah, blah. Something, I'm Jewish. How dare you? And it's just kind of auto repeat, cycling the same old responses over and over again. Love Deep, can you explain to me why you did not spell her correctly? It's only 3 letters. How did you manage to do this? That says here. They don't owe here. You understand how that changes the context of your statement? Oh, it's the broken English for me. You've got to read a book, Love Deep. You got to read a book or scan a dictionary. Bots, you can kind of upgrade the programming software to where you can at least scan the dictionary to make sure that things are being used in its proper context, such as the difference between her and here. They don't owe here. Okay. What? Oh, Love Deep. How do you spell her? Spell her. Love Deep. I'm not putting anything else up till you spell her correctly. You understand me? You're not going to dumb down my chat because you failed to use spell check. Spell her. Get it right. Resend your comment and spell it correctly. And then I'll show your comment, okay?
It's an anecdote. Should have expected that one.
And he used to come in every day with a debacle.
Debacle. It's debacle. Candace, please. If this is a bit or something, just let me in on it because I don't get it.
The Hamptons debacle came up with.
You really don't know these words? No one's ever corrected you?
I am so very disappointed in Cash Patel, Dan Bongino, and Pam Bondi, who all made these grandiose promises.
I don't have
It's not
to
grandiose.
her.
It's grandiose.
Her.
Come on. I feel like you're Helen Keller and the miracle worker, and I'm the miracle worker, and I can't perform the miracle.
There's something so reminiscent, and it's striking to me.
Reminiscent. It's like you're trying to complicate the word more. Like reminiscent almost sounds like it's a fancier way of saying it, but it's reminiscent. No one's ever said that word to you before?
Obviously, that's pretty reminiscent of one of the things of the Matrix.
That's my therapist.
Candace, you're such an idiot. Remission? Love deep spell remission. Y'all, it's this high mentality. They can't help themselves. They're all stuck on stupid. Oh, this is priceless, Candace. Remission. Her, Lord. Love deep. Spell her. Are you gonna spell her? Hi there. You still didn't. Oh, you missed it. Oh, come on, Love Deep. You're not even trying. Hi there, the. Oh, Love Deep. Come on. You're dumbing down my audience. I have no idea what that is. You could be saying some seance with those. You just put letters together and made up a word. Is it like some voodoo witchcraft you're doing here? What are you doing? Voodoo witchcraft gets you booted. You understand me? We don't do idolization of evil. We don't do
Give you
that.
like an analogy, or actually an anecdote, not even an anecdote.
Voodoo thing
It's
going on.
anecdote. Should have expected that one.
And he used to come in every day with a debacle.
Debacle. It's debacle. Candace, please. If this is a bit or something, just let me in on it, because I don't get it.
The Hamptons debacle came up with.
You really don't know these words? No one's ever corrected
I
you?
am so very disappointed
Hey,
in Cash
no.
Patel, Dan Bongino, and Pam Bondi, who all made these grandiose promises to get.
It's not grandiose, it's grandiose. Come on. I feel like you're Helen Keller and the miracle worker, and I'm the miracle worker, and I can't perform the miracle.
There is something so reminiscent, and it's striking to me.
Reminiscent. It's like you're trying to complicate the word more. Like reminiscent almost sounds like it's a fancier way of saying it, but it's reminiscent. No one's ever said that word to you before?
Obviously, that's pretty reminiscent of one of the themes of the Matrix.
My therapist has told me that I need to cut this off and I need to leave. And I
think that they can be a better Christian is so reminiscent to me of a discussion
I'm
I
legitimately
had.
concerned for you. If you're
Oh my God. She said remission wrong 4 times in a row. Candace, you're so stupid, girl. Oh, Love Deep. What are you doing? You do know you can just look up the word her in the dictionary. Go tell your cult leader that's not how you say reminiscent at all. She's saying remission. I hope you heard that.
having a stroke, just say Erica Kirk.
I'm not going to stop.
Oh God.
Unless Erica Kirk asks me to stop, as I have said, or my father, or my husband.
Can we get paramedics on set, please?
Father, daddy.
We get some paramedics on set, please. Please, quickly.
You know, her father, daddy, husband. Candace, this is crazy as hell. Oh, that was priceless.
Okay. Here we go again.
Minnie sent me a few of them. I want to make sure it's not the same. Okay, this is a different one.
So many explosive revelations to share.
Oh God.
Okay, Candace, let's do a take
Candace.
and just be mindful of the pronunciation.
Y'all hear him say in the other video, why can't I quit you? You had me at hello or hello. in the word of Love Deep. Hello. Checker. Her red.
Let's not do anything weird.
I have so many explosive revelations to share with you.
Oh, wait. No, it's revelations. You know what? We can move on.
You can't compartmentalize.
No, sweetheart, it's compartmentalized. Just take that one more time.
You have to be able to compartmentalize that.
Compartmentalize.
That we have to compartmentalize. Compartmentalize how you feel about somebody personally.
Are you doing this on purpose? Is this a bit? Are you trying to get clicks or something?
Compartmentalize, but really, it was about the architecture.
This is the big one. It's architecture.
You just like the architecture.
Architecture, not architecture.
Love the architecture.
Architecture.
Yeah, no, like he loved the architecture of things.
You really don't know how these words are pronounced? You speak for a living.
Prince Harry abdicates England, causes this whole race kerfluffle.
Oh no, that's kerfuffle.
We knew a kerfluffle happened.
Kerfuffle.
Because this dress kerfluffle.
Pronounced kerfuffle. Kerfuffle.
Designed quite literally with the intention to mock me and Tucker Carlson. It's always got to be Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens.
It's Candace Owens. It's Candace. Let's cut here. I'm gonna go take my life.
No. Dude, don't take your life. No, she is not worth that. Oh God. Oh man. I think it was one more. Then y'all wanted me to look at Brandon Tatum. I don't know why. He's such a clown. All right, this is the other one
on the podcast. Right?
Mindy, if there's more, let me know. So far, we got 2 in. This is another one that's different. Y'all show some love to Love Deep. Bless your heart, honey. I'm happy I made your day. You did, girl. Or boy, I don't know. Whatever. Are you a bot? Love Deep. Jesus loves the trolls as well, y'all. All right, let's get this last one in. Did y'all want to see the Brandon? One of y'all asked me to play the Brandon Tatum one. Okay.
Okay, Candace, remember our new mantra is we're only saying smart things on the podcast, right? let's do a story or something, an anecdote that will tell people that you know what you're talking about.
I didn't know this, but also Savannah didn't know this. So at least 2 of us didn't know this. I was on a walk with my husband and it was thundering, I think. And I was like, oh, no big deal. We can keep walking because there's no lightning. And he was like, what do you mean by that? And I said, like it's just thunder. Lightning is the problem. And then my husband was like, you know that it can't thunder without lightning, right?
Okay.
That thunder is the sound of lightning. My mind was completely blown. I promise you, in my 35 years of living, I had never heard that. And
Candace, did you really?
Oh my God! She didn't know that lightning and thunder go hand in hand. Candace, you flunked out of science. You had to. Candace flunked 3rd grade science. Love Deep, can you believe it? Candace flunked out of 3rd grade science. She did not know that thunder is the sound of lightning. She has no idea why it thunders. It's scientific. Lots of things to do with neutrons and electrons and positive and negative ions colliding together. You can't make this up, Candace. You can just Google that. If you don't remember, listen, I get it. 35 years old, you may not remember, what you learned in the 3rd grade about weather. But you can at least Google. If you're going to be on x.com all day, you can just take 2 seconds to Google while you're on the toilet. Pushing out Grimace yeasty, that 10-year yeast infection must be something else. It's rotting in her brain, y'all.
Believe that? Because that's not
just thunder. Lightning is the problem. And then my husband was like, you know that it can't thunder without lightning, right?
Okay.
That lightning, that thunder is the sound of lightning. My mind was completely blown. I promise you, in my 35 years of living, I had never heard that. And
Candace, did you really believe that? Because that's not. You know that lightning comes from thunder. When thunder hits Jewish-owned nuclear power plants, it creates lightning. That's the lightning you're seeing is the power plant being struck from miles away. It's not. Lightning doesn't cause the sound of thunder. No, it's the Jewish-owned nuclear power plant. The nuclear power plants.
The nuclear.
That's good. You gotta put that in. Let's Chris, write down nuclear power plants. I think there's a joke. There's something there.
Candace, I don't know what's worse. You butchering the English language or not understanding science with thunder and lightning. Oh my God. Oh, please don't make me have to Google thunder. Candace, I'm in the mood to debunk you. I just don't feel like it. I don't even feel like pulling up a new internet tab. Girl, you are insufferable. Can y'all imagine having a conversation with her? Her husband is trying to explain 3rd grade science to her. And this heifer is supposed to be homeschooling her children. She's supposed to be homeschooling 4 kids. Oh my God. Love Deep, do you like the boys? I feel like calling you Love Sausage. You should change your username to Love Sausage. That's more badass to me. Did you hear this girl explain thunder and lightning? Oh God. Candace. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. This laughter right here, girl. If nothing else, Candace is good to laugh at. Candace, we're not laughing with you. We're laughing at you. Okay? Just want you to know that. He said, "Why can't I quit you?" All right, let's watch this old clown
Erica
ass
Kirk
dude.
and her appearance on Turning Point USA fiasco regarding Erica Kirk and her appearance or lack thereof. Let me play the headlines that we've
Those
seen from
bandits was
CBS,
so cute.
and this
Thank
is
God.
why people are radically ridiculous, and that's why I exist, and that's why I have a platform, because I'm here to give you clarity.
No,
okay?
no,
It says
no,
Secret
no.
Service determined.
No, Tatum exists to help push out Candace's merchandise and to try to defend her because dumb reasons. He wants to pretend like he didn't see this coming down the pipeline. All that time, him and the other one, you know, the dumbass Megyn Kelly girl, we're sitting here trying to defend Candace like it was some sort of sign of rebellion. Like we really give a damn. Now they want to sit here and make it seem like, oh, I'm here to help explain to you all how threats work with security and blah, blah, blah. He's not the only officer on earth. My God, today. Candy asks, how do you all feel about Candace's so-called illegitimate brother trying to debunk her? Yeah, you know that's what he's doing in this video, right? He's explaining what's this reporting about, why it's wrong, which would debunk Candace because she agreed with this report. She put it up like, oh, this is striking, you know, watchdog news. Never mind, you know, the earth is revolving around the sun still. Let's focus on this. And then he comes in and debunks it. And she's still paying this idiot for pushing through her merchandise. He was the VP of Blexit. He's another grifter. Just a dumber version. And he claims to be an officer. Is he still commissioned? Has he retired from law enforcement? Or is he still licensed and commissioned? I'm just curious.
No credible threats to UGA rally after Erica Kirk's
duplicitous.
cancellation,
Oh, yes, that's a good
sources
one, honey bun.
say. Let me put this in perspective for you, because people love to do the headlines because it's viral and it gets you to click on their articles and then they show ads to you and then they make money. Okay, I know how this stuff works. If you want to be practical about what happens, as a person who runs a security company and who monitors security,
yeah, no one should hire him. No one should hire him because see, part of security includes being able to foresee certain threats coming down the pipeline. And he wants to pretend as if all this bullshit Candace has been saying about Erica Kirk did not lead to this point where they don't even believe she has a security threat. Never mind the fact that she's getting death and kidnapping threats. She's always been getting them, but they ramped up after Charlie Kirk's assassination. And they have 2 small kids. Never mind that shit. Now y'all want me to betray Candace. Idiot, we don't want you to betray anybody. We want you to tell her to knock it off and go find something else to talk about before she gets this girl killed. Now look what he's doing. Trying to make it seem like I'm the savior of YouTube because I have a security company. And then blah, blah, blah. All this time, I could have stopped Candace from doing all this defamation nonsense against Erica. Now I'm saying something because this article is wrong. Not because it's the right thing to do. No, he's just trying to prove an article wrong and then sitting here like he's got this expertise advice. To the candy asses. Brandon Tatum is debunking your cult leader. I don't like him either. But I'm just curious to know how you all feel about that. I thought no one was supposed to go against the cult leader. Technically, he's not supposed to be doing this video. Brandon Tatum, did Candace give you approval to do this? Did your spineless, cowardly ass have to get approval and permission from Candace? Did you have to tell her ahead of time? Hey, I'm going to do a video debunking the article, which is in turn going to debunk you, but I just want to give you a heads up. You good with that? This dumb clown.
For high threat individuals, I'm here to clarify for you that it is irrelevant it does not disprove anything Erica said or the reality of threats.
Thank you, Lord Justice.
Let me give you two examples so you can compare and contrast, and then I'm going to articulate very clearly why the security threat was never what people thought it was. So let's start with the first thing. Let me give you another example of this happening. Candace Owens did not go to Charlie Kirk's memorial.
I know these journalists are not my friends. I knew they were writing hit pieces, but all of them included that question. Did you, like, are you going? Are you going to go? Like, you want me to confirm my attendance so that you know where I'm going to be ahead of time? Am I being paranoid? Does that seem like a little weird? Okay, so first and foremost, why did they all want to know if I was going to this event? I said there was no way.
Because you claim to be the so-called bestie sister of Charlie Kirk. That's why. Because you're the one sitting here as if no one should speak about him unless they come through you. You know, gatekeeping. Funny how the candy asses hate the word gatekeeping with anything else, but when their cult leader does it, you know, it's not that big of a deal. No, she just cares about him so much. But yet, she's sitting here asking this dumbass question. Why is everybody worried about if I go? Because you're the one making it seem like you control them. You're the one sitting here weaponizing his assassination. You made well over $50 million in 7 months, lying like hell. You also doxed an EMR screenshot of an EMR record with his name and date of birth clearly on that damn screenshot that you obtained illegally from a covered entity, that being the hospital, that violated HIPAA privacy laws. They never got permission from Erica Kirk to send you that bullshit. And she's sitting here asking, why do they want to know if I'm going to the memorial? Why are you going to sit here and show us how obsessed you are over Charlie Kirk? And then you turn around and get offended when people ask you, okay, well, since you claim to be his damn, you know, Siamese twin, are you going to his memorial service? You're the one talking about, I love him so much. He was my best friend in the whole wide world. And struggled to shed 3 tears. Now she's offended that people are asking if you're going to a memorial service. Why would you take time to be offended? Why is that the emotion you trying to emote? Aren't you supposed to be sad and grieving? Oh, never mind. She doesn't have a soul. Got it.
Okay, we are going to this event now. There's a 0% chance. First and foremost, why
You
are
never
you saying
plan on going?
anybody can go to it? You just buy a ticket to the event.
No, you
and you're
can't.
all working to try to get me to
It's free.
confirm that I'm going. And you're doing this as if you're trying to like push my buttons and be like, we got to make her get into her ego so she like shows up and like posts it on social media. Nope. Actually, you know, while I'm attacking the feds, maybe not going to a public event, which the feds are organizing is probably.
Why do you care about what they think? They're not going to do anything to you. You know how many people attack the feds? You had people that attended the memorial service that attacked the feds. Didn't Trump attack the feds once upon a time? I mean, what the hell are you talking about? That's not an excuse. Nothing should have kept you from going if you love him that much. And you talking about, let's not go to a service and I'm talking bad about the feds. Why? They're not spearheading the investigation either. You know that is being done by the prosecution in the state of Utah. There's a whole district attorney and everything that's spearheading that. They have their own investigators in the state of Utah. Quite capable of investigating, gathering evidence, and presenting charges to the court. The FBI can collaborate with them, but that case belongs to the jurisdiction of the county where the crime occurred, that being in the state of Utah. So state prosecutors are handling that. And yet you still can't explain why you didn't go to this memorial service? Talking bad about the FBI? Since when did that scare you? No. You took all this shit and then you used the CIA logo to make money and you did not obtain their permission to do that so they could sue you for that. Plus, it's a violation of federal law. All this felonious activity you've committed otherwise. Now all of a sudden you're rattled and you don't think you should go to a memorial service because you're bad-mouthing the feds that you've already been doing the moment you abused and misused that CIA logo to put on merchandise to make a profit without their permission. You've been doing that for years and you have no quarrels with that. That didn't stop you from going to a theme park. So she could go to Dollywood and can go to a New Year's Eve party with Tucker Carlson and all of that, laying in photographs, but she couldn't go to Charlie Kirk's memorial service. She went to this Catholic convention thing she spoke at. I mean, you're still bad-mouthing the feds. You're still dogging them out and still falsely stating that they're spearheading this investigation when they're not. You're still doing it. And it's not stopping you from going anywhere else you have gone. You met up with Erica Kirk for 4.5 hours in Tennessee. Why would you leave your house? She made it clear that they did not meet in her home. So that means she had to leave her damn house to meet Erica Kirk wherever her and the other guy was. But she took time to do that, still dogging out the feds, and yet wants to use that as an excuse now. Oh, no, I shouldn't leave my home because I've been dogging the FBI out. But left her house any other time she wanted to leave. Did she go out to the lake? Candace, didn't you go out to the lake when he died? You didn't go to the memorial service. You went out and took a picture of yourself in a boat. So why would you go out in public and do that, but you couldn't go to the memorial service? If the FBI wanted to take anybody down, they wouldn't take you down at a memorial service. No, they take you down while you out there fishing on that boat. They would have taken you out when you left the house to go meet up with Erica Kirk. They would have taken you out when you went to Dollywood. You think they would try to take you out like that at a place that would be so obvious? So you are this dumb, Candace, is what you're telling me? It's a stupidity for me.
A very good idea. I'm not going to this memorial because it's strange.
Crazy as hell.
She said because there were material threats against her, that's why she did not go to the memorial. Do you know who was at Charlie Kirk's memorial? The President of the United States, the entire cabinet. That was the most secure facility on the entire planet. But the reason why Candace did not go, because she claimed that there was a threat against her life. Where's the threat at? The threat is not at the event. The threat is en route to the event. So the same application is for Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk said there was a material threat against her life. I know how these things work.
But he didn't say that, you know, she went to Dollywood and shit. This girl going to whole theme parks. This girl going out into the middle of the water in a boat. She did all of that and took a photo too. She managed to take a photo. I saw a photo of her out on the sea. I could have sworn it. But yeah, she did all that. And she couldn't damn go to the memorial service, even if it's en route. They can get you, if they want you, en route to anywhere else. So while she was en route to meet up with Erica Kirk for 4.5 hours, for a meeting that we did not get to see televised because her punk ass didn't want to fly to Phoenix. But while she was en route to that or coming home, if they want to do something, they would just do it while she's en route going anywhere. See, he's not even trying to be specific with this to say, no, that's just stupid. If they want to get you, they'll get you en route to going wherever you're going to go. Even if you're going to the gas station or the store. You're going out to all these other podcasters, going on these, interviews, doing all this stuff. You leaving the house to go somewhere. You were at the airport. You went out to that Catholic convention. If they want to get you, they'll get you en route to the Catholic convention. Based on his logic here, they'll get you en route to wherever you're going. So what difference does it make where you're going? Why would that be the excuse as to not going to his memorial service when you claim he was your brother? That you loved him so much. That you just thought he was so smart and he was the best guy on earth. And yet that's the one time you want to be scared to go somewhere. What was all that energy at when you was taking your ass to that theme park again? And this idiot is sitting here trying to still co-sign on her BS.
Work. The threat is not at the event. It was never at the event. It's never a concern at the event. Why?
He's such a coward.
Because if you want to hurt somebody, you're not going to hurt them where Secret Service is present. You're not going to hurt them where it's a secure facility where they're warning people, making sure they don't have guns going in and out the facility. Go after people in transit. That's where the threat happens. The threat is them knowing your location, your route to the airport, from the airport to the venue. That's where the threat level is at. And this is why Erica Kirk more than likely did not show up. You don't have to jump to a conclusion and say, oh, she's a liar. She just made it up.
But they did. And you did nothing to stop it. He saw this coming down the pipeline. You did nothing to stop it. And yet and still, all this time she been dogging her out. He didn't think ahead and say, you know what? All this malicious BS and nonsense is going to get Erica Kirk killed. Candace Owens wants Erica Kirk dead. She wants her dead. She doesn't care that the girl is catching death threats and kidnapping threats for her and her two small children. I mean, you got to be an evil, soulless, vile demon from hell to want to kidnap and unalive two small children. And yet she's getting death threats for her and her kids. And somehow this buffoon never once told Candace, can you go and talk about something else? You allowing this woman to live rent-free in your head, obsessing over Erica Kirk. That is going to get her killed. All these dumbass, crazy, lunatic cult members you have sending out death threats because somebody is a Jewish conservative or a donor of TPUSA. You keep at it with this nonsense at this rate, you're going to get this girl killed. He could have said this shit 6 months ago. No, he too busy trying to defy the internet like we give a damn about him and how he feel. Talking about, I'm not going to badmouth her. Who said you need to badmouth her? How about this? Ask her, why is Erica Kirk living rent-free in your head? Why are you obsessed with that woman? Leave her alone. You don't like her. You can't stand her guts. Leave her alone. Why obsess over someone to talk about somebody repeatedly if you can't stand their guts? Candace, I told you already. The Lady Luck Club, we just here to laugh at your ass. And yes, put you in check every time I can. Because like you, she has two small kids. And you're putting those kids in the line of fire even the more. She's now a single mom with two kids. She's got to guard and protect them. And you've got people, sources and contacts in her building watching her. No one says stuff like that out loud unless they're trying to scare that person and they want that person to know that they're stalking them. And you know she's being surveyed like this. She's been stalked like this. And yet, Brandon Tatum said nothing about that shit either. He didn't say, I can't believe I heard you say that you got people watching her that lives in her building. You got sources and direct contacts living in her building? For what? To do what? The hell are they doing? Why didn't he just say, Erica Kirk, please get a protection order against Candace? Candace, you're still bad at this. You are so evil to put those kids in a line of fire and their mother, and for what? Because you're obsessed and you have a whole dumb cult that's funding your 3 Jewish attorneys. Oh, man. Y'all, the karma on that is something else. Oh, my God. All right. Hold on 1 second. Mindy says she tagged me into another video. We'll check that out. We'll get to Ami, and then we'll wrap this up because I got another live I got to get to. Oh, here it is. Shout out to you, Mindy. Girl. I just bookmarked that. So let's check this out, and then we'll get to some Ami because we got to get Ami in. Ami's my boyfriend.
it light, funny, something like that.
Collectively.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back.
Great. Okay, Candace, do you have a message for our Jewish viewers out there? Just keep it light, funny, something like that.
Collectively, the globe, we're tired of you guys. Okay. It's always about
What?
money, threats, all of this stuff. It's ridiculous. Do what we say or we'll ruin your life. We're going to call up all our friends and we'll just start writing hit pieces about you and we'll destroy you. Do what we say or we'll have you canceled. We'll have your sponsorships dropped.
Yeah, well,
Do what we say, or we'll-
it's so funny because, you know, she has the mommy sleuths doxing people. These mommy sleuths are impersonating CIA investigators because you're misusing their logo, remember? So they're buying your merchandise, feeling powered today. Go Power Rangers. And then they get online and dox people. Trying to figure out who all these people are when you put up their photos. Having people having to move out of their homes, out of their neighborhoods, because you've got crazy, deranged, hive mentality, candy-ass cult members looking for these people in their neighborhoods. I hope they sue the out of you. You have caused people to uproot their lives, their livelihoods, their homes. Because you put up a photo of them or you mischaracterized them or you doxed them. And it was not warranted. But your punk ass don't want to get a lawsuit and go to court. But yet and still, she's sitting here projecting and gaslighting and being hypocritical and lying her ass off.
Just keep it light, funny, something like that.
Collectively, the globe, we're tired of you guys. Okay. It's always about money, threats, all of this stuff. It's ridiculous. Do what we say or we'll ruin your life. We're going to call up all our friends and we'll just start writing hit pieces about you and we'll destroy you. Do what we say or we'll have you canceled. We'll have your sponsorships dropped. Totally. Do what we say or we'll make sure that you're fired. We'll put pressure so that you can't earn an income. If you're still not going to listen to us and you survive that, we're going to sue you for everything you have. You guys suck, okay? We don't care about your money. We are tired of it. This reveals who you are, not who I am. The truth should be enough.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to cut to a commercial real quick and probably never work again. Cut. Great. Okay, Candace, do you have a message for our Jewish viewers out there? Just keep it light, funny.
Yo, shout out to Lyle Culpepper. Lyle Culpepper. Make sure you guys go and follow him. Oh, he's funny. He is funny. I like him. Let's get the army, y'all. We got him bookmarked and ready. And then we're in this out. We got more Candace videos to catch up on in the next live. I'll set it up. Because, man, Candace, we're doing whole marathons on your ass. You understand me? She can't help herself. Oh, this clown. Where is the army? Where's my army? Did I pass him? Oh, dear Lord. Hold on now. I tagged Ami. What the heck? There he is. All right, let's get the Ami, y'all.
Show for you. I have a show for you.
Can
All right, you guys.
Let me know if you guys can hear. Yeah, this is his newest one. Inside Charlie and Erica Kirk's married life. Candace Owens. Wait, did we see this one already? Yeah, did we see this one? It's the wig for me. Hold on, I want to make sure we got the newest one. I know he did a new one. Hold on, y'all. Oh no, that's not the newest one. We saw that. I think we saw that one. Did we see that? Hit the phone. Y'all let me know if we saw this one. We can watch it again if you want, but I wanted to get the new one in. Let's just watch again.
Show for you. I have a show for you. Do we have a show today? We're going to be covering what's really going on because some things just don't add up. They just don't add up. And we're going to take a journey. We're going to take a journey to uncover the truth. And we're so close, you guys. We're so close. We're so close. We're so close. As many of you know, I've been gathering information from my mommy sleuths, those who live near Erica Kirk and around Erica Kirk. and they have told me some very interesting information, some very interesting things that are just bizarre. Sources have told me that while Charlie was alive, him and Erica Kirk actually lived in the same house. And Erica would monitor his every move. They spent a lot of time together. Sources have told me that they even slept in the same bedroom, okay? Which is bizarre. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know how you could sleep and share a bed with somebody. I don't know how you could do that. And that would certainly affect your sleep. But Charlie was controlled. Charlie was clearly controlled. Apparently, Erica cooked for him. She cooked him meals, which means not only was his schedule controlled, but his diet, the very food that he would eat, was monitored and controlled. Okay? To have somebody in the same house as you all the time, monitoring your every move, controlling what you do, controlling what you eat for breakfast, for lunch, and diner. All 3 meals,
yeah,
okay?
It's funny.
Something doesn't feel right. Doesn't add up. Other sources close to the Kirks informed me that Eric and Charlie would engage in these rituals in which they would literally exchange bodily fluids, okay?
Oh, that must make you so mad.
In some sort of experiment to try to make children. They would try to make children in this satanic ritualistic way, okay? This was some sort of act, some sort of experiment, likely funded by Israel, funded by the Mossad. They would do this to create human beings, especially children. This was obviously, it's so obvious. This was some sort of trafficking ring that Erica Kirk was engaged in her own house, using Charlie in order to create people, to create children. And this is just bizarre. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you would exchange bodily fluids. I don't know why you would engage in these acts. It just seems like a waste of time and supplies. But something's going on here. Something doesn't feel right. And this is just weird. This is just bizarre. And I know this because I'm married. I have a husband, okay? And obviously we do not share a bedroom. We do not share a house. We live separate lives, which is normal. Which is normal. And it's normal. Tune in next week, guys, and I'll teach you how to make him a sandwich. So you control your husband's food too? Darling, just the sausage in a bun, please.
Oh, man. Okay, he got to check out the dude. Darling, just the sausage in the bun, please. Oh, my God. Don't tell me he didn't put it up over here. He just did a new one like a day or so ago. Okay, here it is. The leak audio. I want to make sure I'm looking at the right one. This leaked audio proves everything. Is that what it say? Yep. All right.
We're supposed to be Tyler Robinson's grandfather. All right, you guys, we actually have leaked audio from the hearing of Tyler Robinson from none other than his grandfather. Most people don't know this, but the gentleman in the recording that you're about to hear, who is supposed to be Tyler Robinson's grandfather, he might actually be the father of Tyler Robinson's father. Just find that interesting. Just find that interesting how generations connect. Just find that really interesting. And we should ask ourselves, why would a grandfather, okay, have any other interest in their grandson being proved innocent and proving that he was framed? Why would there be any other interest? Anything that could compromise them or create a bias? I don't know. But he has no reason. I don't see why he doesn't have a reason to tell the truth. So let's just take a listen to the audio that was recorded from the courthouse today. Let's take a listen and see what it proves.
Who are you to Tyler?
We're the grandparents, yeah.
Oh, wow. You're his grandfather?
Yes. And I just want to say for the record, whatever appears to you in dreams, those are facts that should be admissible in court. Dreams are real. Also, Charlie Kirk was a time traveler who could astral project, and Brigitte Macron definitely has a dick.
I believe you.
You guys. What have I been saying? You guys. They think we're stupid. So close. We're so close. You can't make this up, you guys. You cannot make this up. Thank you to the Mommy Sleuth reporter who was able to capture that, that recording. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. We're getting sued, you idiot.
You getting sued, you idiot. Oh, that was priceless. Oh, you can't make this up. Oh, Ami. Mommy knows you're listening. That's good.
That recording. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
We're getting sued, you idiot.
All right, you guys, we actually have
We're getting sued, you idiot. Maybe that's why George living in another house. He just can't take the damn lawsuit no more. Judge, that does not get you off the hook. You stood behind the camera all these months and helped her make these dumbass videos that are now going to be used against the both of you in the court of law by hopefully TPUSA, Erica Kirk, the security detail for Charlie Kirk, all the people that had to relocate into a whole new different community for 2 or 3 months. You know, those people that Joshua Carr brought up in the LLC in our fantastic interview. Yeah, he had to, you know, he didn't give out any names or anything, which is fine with me. But he told us a couple of people had to move and leave their homes for at least 2 months just to hide out so they can live in peace. Now you mad because you've been sued. Y'all, George said, I'm sick of this. I'm not giving you $40 million for attorney's fees. Oh, Candace, George's parents is going to hit your guts soon. Oh, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Oh, this was epic. Thank y'all so much for the support. Hit that like button. Thank you, Yas, for the 15 super here. Oh, man, I appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in. And, you know, to the Candy Ass Cult members, please always remember and never forget. I don't give a damn how you feel. All right? I say that with all the love I got. Y'all make sure you tune in tomorrow if you can. I have another live after this going over, you know, some things affiliated with Umar Johnson's dumbass. So if you can tune in, please do. If not, I will see you all in the next Candace Marathon that I'm going to schedule. You guys have a good evening. Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.